Hi everyone, welcome to your postnatal mum and baby yoga session. I'm Chrissy. I'm going to be taking you through a little flow that you can do with your baby. So I don't have my baby with me today. This is Derek the dinosaur and he is going to be my little assistant today. So this postnatal yoga class is suitable for you after giving birth. You will need to have your GP checkup, so that's normally around 6 to 8 weeks. Make sure everything's okay with that. If you've had a C-section, you may want to wait a little bit longer, but see what your GP says, see how you feel. If you don't have your baby with you, that's okay. We'll be using our baby at various points, but if they're having a nap or they're happy playing, not a problem, just enjoy the time. So set up your baby on a nice comfy blanket or a mat, an activity gym, and maybe have a couple of toys around for them. And what I'd like you to get is either, a lot of people already have a lovely chiffony scarf, you can barely see it in the camera, it's a lovely chiffony scarf or muslin, just something nice and soft, something that we're just going to kind of use to do a little bit of peekaboo, a little bit of swirling, any sort of floaty material that you have. So pop that down by the side of you as well. Make sure baby's happy, and we're going to come to a cross-legged position. If cross-legged doesn't work, you can always sit on your shins, on your knees as well. So sit up nice and tall. Imagine having a nice long spine. So maybe tip the head a little bit forward to the chin, slightly tucks towards the chest. So you really feel that lovely length and lots of space in the back and the front of the body. You can just softly close down the eyes. If you need to keep a little eye on your little one, you can take a few little sneaky glances at them, that's fine. And just begin to take some nice deep breaths. So ideally we're breathing in and out through the nose. And begin to imagine that breath starting from the base of spine, filling all the way up to crown of head, and then moving out crown of head to base of spine. Lovely, and then we're going to move into some gentle neck circles. So drop your neck to the side first of all. Maybe just feel how it feels just to pause here and breathe. Great work, and then drop chin, chest, circle nice and slowly all the way around to the other side, and notice how it feels to pause here as well. So keep breathing with me. It's important to say if your little one needs any attention, if they need a little hand holding, if they need some raspberries, some little silly faces, that's absolutely fine. Don't feel like you have to be stuck in the moment, you have to ignore them. It's absolutely fine. Do what you need to do. And then back to the other side. And we'll just take a few more of those. They're still going at a nice, steady, slow pace. Lovely, coming back to centre. Now let's take some nice deep shoulder rolls. So lifting all the way up to the ears, dropping to the back of the spine, and again lifting up. And exhaling, inhaling to lift, exhaling to drop. Lovely, one more time. Exhaling, then let's go the other way. This is really important when we're carrying our babies. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, especially as they get a little bit heavier or we start to worry about them all the time. A lot of tension in the shoulders. It's really nice just to drop everything down. Beautiful, really, really good. Lovely. So make sure baby's okay, make sure they've got their toys. And then we're going to drop one arm to the side, lifting up through the other side of the body and stretching over to one side. And you can just keep your fingertips so you can pop your hand down if that feels better for you. We're trying to keep a nice open body here, so we don't want to close off. We're really trying to feel through that side of the body. You can maybe look up at that top hand. You can maybe wave to baby if they're staring at you, saying, what are you doing, mum? And then let's go to the other side. So big, stretch big, reach over to the other side. And try and keep everything nice and long here. So we're not trying to get as far around as we can. We're trying to lengthen. Nice, deep, nourishing breaths. Wave at baby. Mummy, what are you doing? Beautiful. And we'll just take those a little bit quicker. So over to the side, gazing up. Over to the side, gazing up. Now this can be quite nice. If baby's staring at you, you can maybe sweep the scarf over, sweep it back down. They might follow it with their eyes. Lovely, very nice, very, very nice. And then come back to centre. Roll the shoulders back and down. We're going to take a little twist. So bring your left hand to your right knee. Use the right hand as a little kickstand, so just planting the fingertips down on the mat. Inhale to lift, exhale to twist. Now, even if you've been doing yoga during pregnancy, you probably won't have done any twisting. You might have done a bit of open twisting. So just go as far as feels nice for you. You don't have to do anything too strenuous today. And then let's go to the other side. So bringing right hand to left knee. Using that left hand as a little kickstand. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. And again, this is really important for if you're having to pick baby up in weird positions, which I always seem to have to sort of bend down in this very bizarre position to pick Finley up. So it's really good to have a nice mobile spine. So we're not going to pull anything in our backs. Come back to centre, beautiful. Cross over the feet. And then we're going to come to our tabletop position. So if your baby is very, very little and they're feeling like you're not there and they're a bit worried, you can, of course, bring baby to right in front of you, and you can do lots of things that we're going to do with baby right underneath you there. So that's a little option if needs be. We're going to take a really lovely move called our sweeping cat. So our sweeping cat is basically a cat-cow, but we're just going to keep moving through it. So you can drop the belly, lift the head, lift the chest, and then round into the spine as if you're doing your cat. And then as you do, begin to take the weight back to the heels, come into your child's pose, and then press the forearms down to the mat. Scoop the body forward into your cow, so pressing up, and then rounding into your cat, taking it back, all the way back to the heels, and then again pressing forearms into mat, lifting up, exhaling back into your child's pose. Take a few more rounds of these. You can move at your own pace, your own time. Exhale. Take it all the way back. Beautiful. One more time. At your own pace. Lovely. Back to child's pose. Okay, fantastic. So in your child's pose, you can stay where you are, or you might like to take a little elevated child's pose where you tuck the toes underneath. So tucking the toes under, coming back into that child's pose. That's really nice there. And you can just give baby a little tickle wherever they are. If they're happy playing, like hello, 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 pull some funny faces at them. And then when you're ready, untuck the toes, come back into that tabletop position. So either baby is in front of you here, or they're by the side still. So keeping that lovely neutral tabletop position, we're going to bring our hand next, maybe slightly closer to baby if baby's in the middle of the mat. So maybe you're just sort of rubbing baby's arm, just stroking baby's cheek, whatever you need to do. We're going to inhale the left arm into the sky. Bring your hand into a fist and do some little wrist circles here, easing out through the wrists. And then we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to scoop under baby so you can stare at baby, go, ooh. And we're not going to come all the way down. We're just going to sort of almost just press to the floor, and then we're going to lift back up. Take this 2 more times, sweeping underneath, hello baby, lifting up. And then the 3rd time we're going to come all the way down, so maybe just bring yourself to the other side of baby. And then the option to stay here if this feels nice, or you can wrap the arm around, come into a bind, so you can feel for your left hip crease. Take 1 more breath. Bring the hand back down. unravel the left arm, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'll just show you as an example what it would look like with baby. Obviously, the baby isn't going to be slightly like at this angle because this is a puppy foot. But we're going to inhale, lift that right arm up, close into a fist, roll the wrist round, roll it the other way. Lovely. And then we're going to scoop, thread the needle. You can just pop your face by baby. Inhale to lift. Pop face down there, baby. Hello, baby. And lifting up. Lovely. Last time. Hello, baby. And then just sink the arm down. And then maybe you'd like to take that half bind, so finding the right hip crease. And then opening up a little bit towards the ceiling, towards the sky, if that feels nice. One more breath. Release the hand down, unravel the arm. Beautiful, and bring it back down. Lovely. Baby, lots of smiles, little rub on the cheek. Well done, baby, you're doing really good. And then we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, and bring ourselves into a downward facing dog. So take a nice slow pedal out here. You can look at baby here. Yay. Drop the head down again. Do a little peekaboo, peekaboo. And drop the head down again. Pressing down through those heels. Lovely work, lovely work, lovely work. Really nice. And then begin to bring your right foot to the outside of baby, outside of the hand. And you can drop the left knee down. And we're just going to rock forwards and back, just circling through the hips. Lovely, really nice. Very good. And then bring it to the other side. Take it forwards. Circling around in hips, sorry. Smiling at baby. Baby's having a lovely time, hopefully. On their mat playing, beautiful. And then bring yourself back round. So just before we move up to a standing, we're going to do one more exercise for the core. So this is really good for your pelvic floor and your core muscles. Something that we have maybe had to let go of because of carrying around a baby and delivering them. So think about that nice neutral spine. Pull your belly slightly towards your spine, and then we're going to take your left leg all the way out to the back, and we're going to rock forwards and back on the heel, on the ball of the foot. So forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards and back. Lovely. Come to a still. Lift your left leg into the air if it feels appropriate to. If not, leave it where it is. And we're really thinking about pulling that belly towards the spine. And then if you'd like a little bit more juice, we're going to extend that right arm out and just holding here, really squeezing belly to spine, squeezing pelvic floor, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And bring the hand down, bring the leg down. Lovely. Same thing on the other side. Take the foot out, rocking back and forwards on the ball of the foot. It's going to be nice for baby as well. Hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye. Lovely, come back to a still. Squeeze belly to spine, lifting through that right leg, either staying here or maybe taking that left arm out. Squeeze, 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 squeeze everything in. Squeeze, 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 pull up, pull up, pull up. And then drop the hand down, drop the foot down. Little wiggle from side to side. Beautiful. Back to your downward facing dog. And then we're going to step forwards to the front of the mat. So maybe baby's here, maybe they're on their side. Nice soft bend in the knees. And then we're going to take our ragdoll. So our ragdoll, we normally take with our arms holding opposite elbows. But what can be quite nice is we can just tickle baby. Tickle baby. Yay. Tickle baby's feet. We can maybe sway side to side. Say hello, hello. Babies really like it when we move from side to side. They start tracking us from a really early age. That's really, really nice. And we're really not looking to stretch out the legs here. We're looking more to let go in the spine, create lots of nice length. So make sure there's a nice soft bend in the knees here. Beautiful. And then what you can do as well is you can start to bring your scarf in here. So we can start to shake the scarf over baby and we can begin to roll up to standing. So maybe you sway. Maybe baby likes it if you go really fast. And then all the way up to standing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Move scarf, move scarf, move scarf. Lovely, really, really nice. Okay, and then we're going to bring the arms all the way up overhead. And we're going to take a little side sweep. So you can hold your scarf up here or you can just bring the hands together. We're going to reach over to the side, and then when you can't reach anymore, take a sweep all the way down, tickle baby on the way around, and then come all the way up to standing. Beautiful. Come the other way, bending all the way down, little tickle for baby, and coming all the way back up. Lovely, really nice. So just for a moment, bring one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Focus on your breathing. Lovely, lovely, lovely work. And then when you're ready, maybe blink the eyes open. And then we're going to take a big stretch overhead, gazing up at the thumbs. And then we're going to come all the way down. Look at baby, give them a little tickle. Really nice. Plant the hands either side of baby and lift halfway up. So here you can bring your hands to your shins, your thighs, or you can keep fingertips on the mat. It's completely up to you. Replant the hands down and then take yourself back to plank pose. Holding for a moment in plank pose, maybe raspberries at your baby, maybe funny faces. Lovely, hold, hold, hold. And then when you're ready, drop the knees down, drop yourself down into a cow pose. And then we're either going to take child's pose for a moment or we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. And we're going to be here for 3 breaths. So 3 nice nourishing breaths. If you need to cool the body down, you can do in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more breath. And then when you're ready, come high onto your tippy toes, look forward at baby, see where you're going, and then take a step and a step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, maybe hands come to shins. Exhale, empty and fold, smile at baby, drop your head down, maybe shake your hair if it's in a hair bubble, and then we're going to roll up to standing all the way up. Bring the arms overhead. Gaze up at the thumbs, and then we're going to come straight back down, forward fold, bending at the hips if you need to. Lovely. Drop the head down, halfway lift, smile at baby. Beautiful work, everyone. Take your left foot back, take your right foot to follow into your plank. Hold for a moment in your plank pose. Make sure you're pressing down through your hands. Slight dome in the shoulders, activating the glutes, activating the legs. And then drop the knees down. Drop into that cow pose. Release the belly, should feel really, really nice. And then take it back to child's pose or to downward facing dog. 3 breaths wherever you are. If you're in downward facing dog, think about stretching through the hands, so real jazz hands here, pressing the palms, the pads of the fingers into the floor. With your downward dog as well, you can absolutely bend the knees if you feel like that gives you more length in the spine. That's always our priority, is length in the spine. Take one more breath, come high onto your tippy toes, look forward, see where you're headed, and then take 2 steps to the top of the mat. Make sure baby's okay, give them a little bit of love because we love them so much. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, empty down, fold. Come all the way up to standing, root to rise, press the feet into the floor, bring the arms overhead, and then just for a moment, bring the hands to heart center, have a little check of baby. Beautiful work. Bring the arms overhead again. Maybe a little back bend here, just stretching through the spine, opening up through the front of the body, then hinging from the hips. Bend the knees if you need to. Plant the hands down on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And then plant the hands down, step back to plank. Hold for a moment in your plank, squeeze the glutes, bring the belly towards the spine. Drop the knees down. into that cow pose, lifting the chest, lifting the head, and then back to our downward facing dog or our child's pose. One more breath here. And then we're going to look forward, bend through the knees, and we're going to step the right foot to the outside of the hands, outside of baby, just like we did earlier on. And then we're going to drop our back knee down to the floor as well. So this is where you're going to need your scarf. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a sweep and sway with our baby. So you're going to sweep the scarf forward into your low lunge, maybe shake it up high, and then you're going to sweep it back as you move into your half split. So your half split, half split is half split. So we've got our front leg nice and straight, our back leg is bent, and we can be on the toes or we can be on the front of the foot, but you'd have to keep changing it then as you go back and forward. So I just keep it nice and active. And then we're going to flow through this a couple of times. So coming forward, lifting the scarf, lift, 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 and then bringing it back into our half splits. Bringing it forward, inhale, exhale. Couple more times, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lovely. Really nice, take the scarf back to the top of the mat, plant the hands down, make your baby look kiss. And then take the foot back. We're going to come to the other side. So come back to your downward facing dog or your child's pose. And then in your own time, big step to the top of the mat. Drop that back knee down. Same thing again. So holding your scarf, coming forward into that low lunge, sweeping it in front of baby. Maybe a little shake. Exhale. Shake and sweep it back into your half splits. And see how baby feels about this. They might just find it a bit like, this is a bit rubbish, in which case, don't worry about it. Beautiful. Lifting up and sweeping it back. And lifting up, inhale and sweeping it back. One more time. Inhale forwards and exhale back. Beautiful. Really nice. Pop the scarf down by the side of you. Bring the hands down. Take the foot back, and then everyone just move to a little child's pose here. So dropping the forehead to the mat, maybe dropping head side to side. Maybe you'd like to take some nice clearing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful, very nice. So if you'd like to, we're going to move into our standing poses now. If you don't want to, if you want to stay in your child's pose a little bit longer and relax with your baby, you're very welcome to as well. So make your way back to your downward facing dog, and then we're just going to take some nice big steps to the top of the mat. And then here, completely up to you again. So if baby's happy on the floor, that's fine. Leave them where they are. If you feel like they're needing a little bit of a cuddle, that's perfect. So we're going to do some lovely standing poses here now. So you can have baby facing you, you can have them to the side, whatever feels more comfortable. I'm going to turn around and face you for this one. So what we're going to do is come into tree pose. So tree pose, we're going to think about supporting our right foot, so keeping our right foot on the floor, really feeling nice and stable through that base, through that ankle joint. And then we're going to begin to just maybe lift the left foot off the floor for a moment, just see how that feels. And when you feel like you've got a nice sort of stable base, you're not feeling too wobbly, you can open up through the hip, and you can maybe just let your foot rest on the calf. You can bring it up to the side of the knee, you can bring it up to the inside of the thigh there. That feels a little bit too much normally with a baby, so you can maybe slide it down if that feels a bit more stable for you. You can stare at baby. Just remember, if you move your eyes about, you will wobble about a little bit more. Embrace the wobbles. Don't worry if you need to come back into it. It's absolutely fine. This is really good for the glutes and the legs. And then when you're ready, just drop it down. Maybe take a little hip circle here. And now you can smile at babies. Baby really likes hip circles normally. Take it the other way. Lovely. And then we're going to come to the other side. So feeling nice and stable through that left foot now. Feeling nice and stable through the ankle joint. Little taps off the floor. Squeezing that belly in, supporting the glutes, just a little bit of engagement there. And then when you feel stable, opening up through the hip, and then maybe bringing the leg to the side of the knee or to the calf. So if you do want to bring it to the side of the knee, that's normally where it falls for most people. And I think a lot of people sort of go, you can't touch the knee because it will break. Unless you have any sort of previous knee problems, this is kind of the appropriate load to put on your knee. So you'll be absolutely fine. So don't worry too much if this is where the knee falls. But of course, you've always got the option of the calf here, or even popping it down there. That can feel quite nice. You've got lots of stability there. Lovely. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, turn it back in. Maybe a little hip circle. Very nice. And hip circle the other way. Say hi to baby. You're doing so well, baby. We love you so much. Thank you for allowing us to do some yoga. Lovely. Okay, and then we're going to move back into our warrior two. So our warrior two, we're taking one foot to the front of the mat, one foot to the back. We're bending through our front leg, and you want a nice, big, stable base here. So don't make it too short. Make it nice and wide, almost the whole length of your mat, ideally, depending on how long your legs are. And then I'm going to bend through that front leg. Front foot is facing forwards. And then the back foot is sort of facing on a bit of an angle, slightly in, slightly to the side. And this is a side pose. So if we didn't have baby, we'd have both arms out to the side. So if you don't have baby, you can do that as well. And this is very much a side pose. So we're not twisting the body forwards, we're completely sideways. And what we're going to do is just rock forwards and out of that. So we're going to take it up. And exhale, come back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Very nice. Coming back up to standing, maybe just wiggling the feet in a little bit so you feel a bit more stable. And then we're going to take that to the other side. So you can just turn around on your mat if that's easier. Or you can just move to the back edge of the mat. So again, we're kind of, the ideal alignment is heel to arch alignment, but really don't worry about that because we all have different joints, different lengths of limbs, so it doesn't always work for everyone. So just thinking about nice wide position on the mat, take up most of the space on your mat, bending through that front leg. And we really want to make sure that that knee is tracking out, so we don't want the knee to sort of fall inwards. We're really trying to push it out there, so it's tracking over the little toe of the front foot. And then grounding down through that back heel. Push, 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 push. Loads of engagement there. And then we're facing sideways on. And maybe you take the head to the side if you'd like. And we're going to do that rocking up and down. So take it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lifting up. Is baby okay? Checking on baby. Yay. Well done, baby. Lovely. Couple more times. It's important to note, normally I do these classes with Finley, so they are not as calm as this. But he's having a nap today, so I just thought I would take advantage of it. And back down. Lovely. Really, really nice. And then come back up, wiggling the feet in together so that you feel nice and stable. Beautiful. And then we're going to come down to the floor and do a few seated stretches. So again, baby can be on the mat, or if you'd like, baby can be on their play area, or they can be on the mat in front of you. So what can be quite nice here, we can take our legs out to a V. They don't have to be as wide as this. They can be a little bit shallower if that feels better for you. Just taking the legs out to the side, however feels nice. And we want to make sure that those feet are facing up towards the sky. So placing baby there, so maybe baby is facing towards you, maybe they're facing towards the camera so they can see what's going on, they quite like that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do some sway side to side. So we're just going to look at baby one way and look at baby the other way. And if your baby, if they're sitting, will be a little bit bigger than this. So you'll be able to go kiss one side, kiss the other side, kiss one side, kiss the other side. And if your baby's lying on the floor in front of you, that's fine. You can do tickle one cheek and tickle another cheek, tickle one cheek, tickle another cheek. So lots of ways to engage with your baby. You've also got your scarf. That can be really nice as well here. Draping it over their face. They get used to different materials floating over their face. It's really lovely for them, especially if they've started smiling. Some of them really, really laugh when they get to this part. Lovely, really, really nice. Beautiful. Great work. Really nice, really nice, really nice. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is come into our Baddha Konasana position, so our bound angle pose. So again, you can either have baby on mat, you can take it out slightly wider and you can have baby in the middle of you. That can feel quite nice, and we're going to do the same thing again. So we're just going to bring down, little kiss for baby, little kiss for baby. Or if baby's on the floor, maybe you have baby next to you here or you have them next to you here, and you can just smile at them. Lovely, really, really nice. Great work, everyone, really, really nice. So this is just nice for our hips and our glutes and for our back, especially if maybe we're sitting up in bed feeding baby in the night. We get really, really stiff for our back. Beautiful. So then walk yourself back. We're going to turn onto our backs now. So again, baby can be on the side of you. You can have baby on you for this bit as well. But what I would say is make sure that you feel nice and stable if you're going to take baby up with you for this next part. So lying down on your back, make sure your feet are nice and parallel, facing out forwards towards the ends of the mat. Make sure you feel nice and grounded. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our bridge pose. So if baby's on you, sit them on you or lie them back onto your knees. But you want to make sure that they're nice and stable, so you're sort of holding them around their centres and their thighs. And this really will depend on how big they are as well. If baby can't hold themselves up, it's probably just better just to leave them by the side of you. And if baby sat up, they just think this is absolutely hilarious. So ground down into the floor, squeeze the bum, squeeze pelvic floor, squeeze belly, and then just begin to lift up. And they're going to think, this is so funny. What are you doing, Mummy? This is hilarious. And then drop back down, nice and slowly. Lovely. Take it up again. Squeeze, 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 especially into that pelvic floor. And drop down. Let's do 2 more of those in your own time. Lifting up and dropping down. One more time. Smiling at baby. Are they doing well? They're doing so good. And dropping down. Lovely. And then maybe just dropping the knees side to side, keeping baby nice and central if they're on your belly. Beautiful. And then for this next little part, we're nearly at the end. Well done, everyone. We're just going to do a little bit more of our pelvic floor engagement. So you can have baby on here, but it's tough. It is tough. So it will be easier if you pop baby to the side. So we've got 2 options here. So stage 1, we're going to lift our foot off the floor and we're going to tap it back down. Take the other foot off the floor, tap it back down. And that's really, really good for pelvic floor and core recovery. Or if you'd like to go stage 2, we're going to lift both legs, and you'll instantly feel loads more activation. Now, if you have baby, obviously that's going to be a lot because you haven't got your arms on the floor either. So really be careful here. Maybe just pop baby to the side and you're going to drop one foot down, lift it up, drop one foot down, lift it up. And we're going to take that 8 times. So either stage 1 or stage 2, I'm going to just pop fake baby on the floor so you can see what I'm doing. So really trying to press down through the spine, really pressing it down into the floor. And then maybe just hands go to side of hips so they can come to the floor. And we're dropping down. So we've got for 8, 7, 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Well done, everyone. So good. If baby's not on you, give yourself a little squeeze. Beautiful. Maybe a little hip circles the other way. Beautiful. And then we're just going to finish it off. Definitely don't have baby on you for this one, but you can have them maybe they're lying next to you. You can pull your blanket up. Maybe they're lying a bit closer to you. We're just going to take a little twist to finish off. So popping your hips to the left and then letting your knees fall over to the right hand side. You can always just hold baby's hand here. Finley quite likes that if I'm in a still position, but I'm just gently rubbing his hand. He quite likes that. You can close your eyes, unless your baby's crawling and you're worried that they're going to go and bash up your computer. Lovely, and then take it to the other side. So shift the hips to the right and let the knees fall over to the left. Lovely, and same thing again. You can hold baby's hand, you can look at them, you can speak to them. It's absolutely fine. Don't feel like you have to be silent. Great work. Well done. Bring yourself back to center. Now, ideally, what we'd like to do here is move into our Shavasana. So you might like to put some socks on. You might like to put a blanket on. Whatever you've got going on, you might just need to have a few more layers put on. That's fine. That's the ideal. And ideally, baby would be on the floor having a lovely time and be fine. I appreciate that is not the reality all the time. So I'll give you a couple of options. So staying here, give baby a new toy. You can have them next to you and just sort of talk to them. That can be quite nice. If they'd like to, if they really like cuddling into you and having a little cuddle, they're a little bit bigger, then what you can do is you can put them on the side and you can just have a lovely little cuddle there. So you can stare at baby and they can stare at you. They'll probably just try and poke your eyes and pull your hair. Super relaxing. You can just rest there. If it's kind of like, no, we're not going to be able to do that, then what I'd like you to try and do instead is come back to a seated position. And you can have baby on your lap, and maybe you bring that scarf back and you're letting them play with the scarf. You're letting them move the material through, but just staying in that nice relaxed quality. So even if you're not fully at rest, you're still trying to keep that nice relaxed feeling in the body. So really gentle, really soft, not pushing, not being too excited, just nice and soft. Nice and soft. So when you're in a place with your baby where you feel like you're both sort of relaxed and you're both sort of happy, let's take some clearing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Last time, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And if your baby's nice and content here, and you have a bit more time, then please feel free to stay where you are. Enjoy the special bonding time with your baby. If you need to get on with your day, or if baby feels like they need to move, that's absolutely fine. If you're lying down, just begin to move your fingers, move your toes, give them a little wiggle, maybe circling the ankles, circling the wrists. Maybe taking a big stretch overhead, stretching the feet out long, arms out long. And then bring the knees in towards the chest, roll over onto any side into your fetal position, and make your way up to an easy seated position, either here or on your knees. And again, you can have baby with you, that's not a problem. If you can, if your baby isn't too squirmy and you feel like they're nice and relaxed, maybe bring one hand to your heart and just close your eyes and thank yourself for taking this special time out for you and for your baby to do something really special for your body and for your mind and for your energy going forward for the rest of your day. And we always try and remember that we have to fill our own cup so that we can fill our baby's cup as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day with your babies.